I'll never forget my first video game console, the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was the 80s, and one of the first games I really got addicted to was The Legend of Zelda, the little gold cartridge. If you know, you know. Fast forward, crypto is now being merged with video games. Yes, the video game industry, blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, it's all being mashed together into the crypto play to earn gaming industry. And it's about to be a multi-trillion dollar industry over the next few years. Tons of talent, tons of money, tons of investing dollars, and a lot of innovation. And I want to walk you through in the following video. This is an inside members only access review that I did with some of my mastermind members of a walkthrough of the Sandbox, one of the incumbents in the space where you can own land, you can make money, and I'm actually earning over 100% annual percentage yield there, so way better than the stock market. Enjoy this, comment below if you have questions or if this is helpful. See ya.
So what is this? Well, the Sandbox is literally like they call it a massive multiplayer, massive multiplayer game, massive role-playing game. It's a virtual metaverse world where you can interact, you can own items and own land, own buildings, own businesses, and literally massive companies and brands have bought into this this game, and they've created this entire world, this metaverse, and they've got, I'm going to show you the map here, and then I'm going to show you the earning opportunity that I was presented with as a landowner, and I also want to show you how you can become a landowner too on the second market. But basically, this is the map where all of these parcels represent land, and there's different sizes, obviously, and you can kind of see. I zoomed in way too fast. My touchpad is sensitive. Like, I own one little box here, okay, and it's the little red dot in the middle of the screen, and that little red dot is my land. I could download the gaming studio that they provide, not the gaming studio, like when you they're in their third alpha season, like they're still like in test, like they haven't even like really pushed the launch. They got a lot of users, a lot of owners, a lot of players, and big brands, like all the big central exchanges like Gemini and Binance, Atari, Pong, there's another Atari land, Snoop Dogg's a big influencer tied to this project. And then but all these little parcels, and like the Smurfs, like there's all these vintage brands that are coming back, and they're using metaverse to kind of help catapult them. Then other metaverses like Degen City, NFT projects, there's Binance's massive piece of land. So it ends up literally being like real estate, where location. And so like this is how you can do metaverse real estate investing if you wanted to. And that's literally what I did. I just said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy a piece of land, quite literally just a little box, and I'm going to just sit on it. It's over here by Peroto, the little penguin, I think is a Spanish kid's cartoon. I can't tell. But I own that little red box here. Sandbox still has this big piece of land to sell, so they haven't sold all of the lands yet. And this right here is on sale at OpenSea, which leads me to the next opportunity, which is if you want to go and start shopping for some land, like, just so you know, like my land strategy on the Sandbox, for example, and I own land in other games. One is called Ember Sword, which looks like basically like Legend of Zelda, made better, and except you can own all the world. Like it's quite literally like being a property owner. In like the Sandbox, they give you a design. So here's a business idea for you guys if you wanted to, or if you want to train your kids to do this. In the Sandbox, they give you their design studio for free. So you can download their design studio and you can create a business inside the Sandbox. And for example, you know, in the game, and I can't get into the game because I'm not a part of the alpha, so I can't do any like real-time gameplay, but it's all very available on YouTube if you want to see what the gameplay looks like. But like you have weapons if you want to. You can have dance parties, whatever, just a lot of crazy stuff. Like the possibilities are endless. Well, all the clothing, all the character skins, all of the items, all the buildings, you can build it all and NFT it. Like you can create everything's an NFT. So your kids, if they are good at video games and they wanted to be, and they're good at design and they could design, like as a landowner, like I own that little red box, like I was talking about, like if I wanted to, this is a business idea, like, and people are already doing this. what if I wanted to develop my land? What if I wanted to create a crypto y'all business in the sandbox, but I don't know how to design. Like I don't know how to build in the metaverse. I don't want to take the time to, well, I could hire your kids who could download that studio for free and design my own little crypto y'all crib there in my land parcel. And people from the sandbox could just come and interact and learn more about crypto y'all, maybe watch some of my workshops, maybe interact with our community. Like you can see, it's kind of mind bending. But like, it's basically like graphic design / video game design, but you don't have to be coders, I don't think, like, because they give you this tool. So really it's just about how well are you at designing cool things inside of a fixed environment like the sandbox. And then you can literally have a sandbox design studio that landowners are in the sandbox are your primary customer base, and you just literally are marketing to those landowners, and you're helping build businesses in, like, I can rent out my land to other brands and just get a rent check every month. So that's one cool, like, just like off the beaten path, angular way to think about how to profit in the metaverse is if you don't own land, you can potentially simply get to know the game and get to know what the player base enjoys and what's popular, and then becoming an in-game designer or creating an in-game design studio. I love that idea. As a matter of fact, I could get really interested in doing that idea if someone was interested in doing it with me. So Josh at cryptoyall.co. Just kidding, kind of, sort of. All right. So if you go to OpenSea.io, that's a famous NFT marketplace. You always want to make sure you're dealing with official projects, because there's a lot of scam NFT projects out there. So the little blue check marks means they've been verified by OpenSea's team. So this is kind of the main one, the 166,000 items. A lot of what you'll see are land sales here, but you can sort through them. Right now it's sorted as priced low to high. You can go and sort by all kinds of different criteria here, but you can kind of see up here at the top, the floor price for these NFTs or land parcels is 1.58 Ethereum. I got in on mine at like 0.08 or something like that. I can't remember at the time, but it went up as high as, gosh, $20 or $30,000 in the height. And my plan is to sell it for like 65 Ethereum in a few years, like whenever the Bitcoin halving comes around, and the euphoria is really back and installed in the crypto space, my land will be worth a whole lot of money. So I have it listed right now, I think, for 65 Ethereum. But you can get in, you can grab some land parcels during this bear market for a pretty low amount. We're basically back at launch prices virtually with this land. So that's just how, if you wanted to own land, that's cool. I got an email though from Sandbox saying, hey, we have this, when you're a landowner, you get special benefits sometimes, and that's true in other protocols, not just in the Sandbox. And so they sent an email saying, hey, if you own sand and land, sand is their native currency, and then land is their NFT or their property ownership, if you will. So you can now stake your sand. Now you can buy sand on Coinbase now. That's the Sandbox native currency. Decentraland's is called Mana, MANA. You can also buy that on Coinbase. The Decentraland and Sandbox are pretty much the two largest metaverse projects that, at least that I know about, when it comes to metaverse, land, world, etc. So they said, hey, you can come and stake your sand if you're a landowner. And I'm looking here and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I don't own a lot of sand right now. I have moved it over to, I had it on the Ethereum wallet. I need to move it over to my Polygon wallet. Let's see. I'm going to have to add it to this. I need the Polygon contract. But anyway, I'll connect it here in a second. But basically, if I'm a landowner, the conditions to stake here, say you got to own land to participate in this pool. It's 179% APR, which is pretty cool. That's not the same as APY, but it's relatively close. Like APR is basically like a sub-metric of APY. That's a really oversimplistic way to think about it. And so it's just, for me, like, I own land. This is just kind of like thinking out loud. Like, I own land in the Sandbox. I don't play the Sandbox, nor do I plan on becoming a player of the Sandbox. I like the idea of the Sandbox. The only way I would play is if I had built like a crypto y'all business platform inside the Sandbox. But I think it's potentially too early for that. So anyway, but I can still own the asset of sand, and I can stake it because it's unproductive. It's a non-productive asset currently. And so why not just, be a part of this weekly reward? They're giving out 250,000 sand a week. I'm a landowner. I'm going to put that in there. And I've got like $300 worth of sand right now, I think. So that's a cool, like, thing to keep an eye out for, is in the crypto gaming metaverse, being able to understand the hierarchy of how these worlds are being built. There's typically, especially in the big role-playing worlds, the metaverse worlds, there's usually real estate that you can buy. NFTs that you can buy that are often the property are represented as NFTs, but then various character tools and weapons and traits that you can buy, and then they're going to have a currency, a native currency that acts as kind of the lifeblood of the ecosystem. And then you can earn US dollar equivalent residuals on those assets if you pay attention. And they just sent me an email saying, "Hey, you're a landowner. Come earn 180%." So that's more than doubling my money sitting there annually. I'm not going to use my sand in the game, which is what you would normally do if you were a player. So I'm going to stake there. All right. Any questions about the sandbox or the game specifically? You can feel free to drop it in the chat on Discord if you have any. I don't want to ramble too much about it, but I also, if you're curious about just the whole crypto gaming industry, I'm really interested in it. I really think it's a massive multi-trillion dollar. It's probably the part of crypto, if you're investing, that has the best chances of getting you a 1000x on your money. Not the sandbox in particular, but the crypto gaming world. So if you got some money and you just are like, I want a degen, go all in or go home investment, go to CoinMarketCap. Go to coinmarketcap.com, scroll down to Metaverse on the categories here, and then just scroll down on the market cap column and find stuff that's like under 50 million or approximately around that, and do some research here under 50 million. Just some that I'll call out, not endorsing these as investments, but like Mines of Delarnia, I own some of that. Illuvium is the first AAA rated studio that's coming about. So Illuvium's, I think, is going to be like AAA rated gaming studio would be like something that you would sell a PlayStation and Xbox quality. Big opportunity here, I think. $37 million market cap, like just super small, very volatile, but could potentially have face melting returns. I own Gods Unchained. Some others that I've heard. I think I own some Remark. Magic Craft, I own this $20 million market cap, very small. D-Race, 17 million market cap. D-Race is a crypto blockchain horse racing gambling game. And you can own the actual racehorses too as NFTs. They're motion NFTs, pretty crazy. So I own Altura as well, $10 million market cap, very small market caps, lots of volatility, big possible gains, and an even bigger chance that they go to zero. So you kind of have to like think through the 80-20 principle here and, understand that if you invest in some of these early crypto gaming projects, that they may not pan out. If you come up here to the top, you'll see Decentraland and Sandbox. I also own Theta Network and Engine Coin. Larger market caps. I think Engine Coin is going to be kind of like an Illuvium, except they're more like a platform rather than a studio. They're almost like the railroad tracks that things get built on top of, kind of like an Ethereum for gaming. So, all right, I'm going to leave the metaverse conversation.